I hear this all the time. I just need more leads. I need to post more. I need to run ads for more visibility. And it makes sense because when things feel inconsistent, that's the obvious thing to fix. But before you go pouring more money into ads or adding more things to your already full plate, I want you to do a simple diagnostic. Look at the last week or the last month, and then ask yourself how many engaged conversations did you actually have with qualified leads? Now, when I say engaged conversations, I mean interactions where they're responding to you, you are speaking to them, and there's real interest. And qualified lead means that they actually fit your ideal client, not just anyone who messaged you. So let's say you look at your numbers and you realize that you had 10 engaged conversations. So the next question is, out of these 10, how many converted into clients? Maybe that's 2. That means your conversion rate is 20%. So let's just pause here for a second and then actually play this out. Let's say your offer is $5,000. So at 20% conversion rate, that is 10 conversations, 2 clients, that means you're making $10,000. But if you look at the same 10 conversations and you improve your conversion from 20% to 50%, now instead of 2 clients, you are closing 5. So you're making $25,000. So that's the same number of leads. It's the same things that you are doing. There's no extra ads, there's no extra content, no hiring, and you're making $15,000 more. So if your sales process isn't working properly yet, then all you're really doing is pushing more people into a system that is not converting well when you chase more leads. You are putting more energy into the wrong side of the equation. If your current business weakness is in how people move from interest to decision, then that's where your effort needs to go first. So instead of asking, how do I get more people in? Ask, where is my sales process actually breaking and how do I fix that first? So usually that comes down to 3 things. And I'm going to break it down for you in the order that they actually happen. Number 1, people are interested, but they don't fully understand what you do. So we are starting at the very beginning, and this is where you're seeing your leads first. A lot of times that's going to be your content, that is organically or through ads. So you might have people who are engaging, maybe they are commenting, replying onto your posts. But when you actually have a conversation with them, they're not ready yet. They're like, what are you talking about? And you'll even hear it in the way that they respond to you, because they'll ask you questions like, so exactly what do you do? Is this coaching or consulting? And they might even say things like, I'm not sure how you'll support me. So if they have little idea about what you offer, then that tells you that they're interested, but they're not really in the buyer mindset yet, because the buyer knows what they're buying. So before you think that I need more leads, it's actually worth asking, are the right people coming in? And are they actually understanding what problem you solve and why it matters? Because if they do not, then more leads is just going to get you more confused people who are not ready to buy yet. So that brings me to point 2. And that is your offer or service changing depending on the person? So to understand this one, let's pretend that you are a personal fitness trainer and someone comes to you and says, I want to lose weight. I've been struggling for a really long time. So in their mind, now they've come to you with a very specific problem. Their problem is weight loss. And as you talk to them, you are guiding them, you're understanding their problem. So you give some options to them and you tell them, well, we could do a strength program, we could focus on weight loss, and we could even look at nutrition coaching. Now, in reality, they might need all of these things. So from your perspective, you're not wrong. But from their side, instead of feeling clearer, they're confused because they came in thinking that their problem was losing weight. But now that they're talking to you, they're actually trying to figure out which one do I need? Do I actually need all of these? What's the difference between them? What if I choose the wrong one? So even if you explain to them really, really well, it is a lot for someone to process in that moment. Because now they're not just deciding whether to buy, they're also trying to figure out what exactly they're buying. So, your role here is to not just list options. It's to take what might be complex behind the scenes and really make it simple and clear for them. Give them one clear decision to make. Keep it easy for your prospects. And that gets me to point 3. And this is actually a really simple one to fix. This one that I see failing a lot of times is that there is no clear path from interest to decision. It might seem obvious, but this is a very common one where I see things drop. So, this is where the conversation is happening, questions are being answered, there is back and forth, they are engaged, and sort of going like this, but then it sort of ends. And sometimes that happens because you don't want to push, because you don't want to sound salesy. So you just stop right before the actual invitation. But sometimes people really need that next step. They do not always know how to move forward. So they do not always know what that next step is because their problem is not really a burning problem for them yet. So they might just need a little nudge to shift from thinking about their problem to actually buying a solution to their problem. So think of this part as inviting someone from window shopping to actually coming inside and be in your shop. This invitation needs to be just clear and simple. And it can be a very simple phrase like, "This is what I recommend. This is the next step." Because without that, people stay in this vague space of interest. They're still looking, they're still thinking, they're still circling around the decision. But then nothing happens and there's just endless waiting. And that's because just nobody actually showed them how to step in. So, quick recap now before you go chasing more leads. Look at these 3 things first. Number 1, are the right people actually coming in? And do they fully understand what you do? Because that's the first thing you need to fix so that they are ready and coming in with a buyer mindset. And 2, when you are speaking to them, are you making the decision simple for them to buy? Or are you giving them tons of options where they are getting confused? And then, at the point when they're ready, are you inviting them to take the next step to come into your shop floor? Because if you improve these 3, then your sales conversions improve and you get more clients without putting in the extra effort, extra budget, or extra hiring. In our example, we already saw that you get $15,000 more simply by closing sales at 50% instead of 20%. Isn't that wonderful? So if you are listening to this and you can already see that your sales conversion is lower than 70%, you can book a sales audit with me. We will look at your numbers, your conversations, and your sales process, and I will drill down for you exactly what you can do so that people stop dropping off and you can have more revenue and more aligned clients.